What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. Shout out to the LDBC, the YTBC. We working back on that grind, that boxing grind. Y'all know what it is, man. If you want to support the new channel, we dropped the how to get the cable price slash Netflix on steroids. Get rid of Netflix, get something that's bigger and better. Go over there and check out the new page I got, CJ Tech Spot. I'm leave the link to the page in the description if you want to donate. My first live show is supposed to be tomorrow. So basically, it's a rehearsal for our radio show that's coming in the spring. We're going to talk some NFL playoffs and a lot of different, political and current events that's going on right now tomorrow. And my boy going to come on. I'm looking for at least one or two more people. So if you're interested, you got Google Hangouts. You got a good connection, willing to come on with your face. Leave it in the comment section. We can do something. But also the Facebook page, link in the description. You want to join that gang. But we here, and speaking on, few Al Haymon fighters are now starting to turn over to getting promoters. Mikey is now working closely with Richard Schaefer, and I think Richard Schaefer is trying to go in for the kill on Mikey Garcia. He has Ringstar Sports, which have a lot of young talent and promising talent. You had Amir Khan, who just signed a 3-fight deal with Eddie Hearn. Danny Jacobs signed a fight deal with Eddie Hearn. I think Jarrell B. Baby Miller is with Al Haymon. I think he may have signed a co-promoting deal with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom. And question is it time for Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, and some of the other PBC fighters to sign promotional deals? And by a couple prominent Al Haymon fighters are signing promotional deals. What does that mean now? I know if you don't know how PBC works, a lot of these guys are promotional free agents. Ever since most of them ran their contracts out with Oscar De La Hoya, because if you know, Al Haymon and Richard Schaefer, I guess, were trying to buy Golden Boy from Oscar, because Oscar was out there making a mockery of the company, doing coke and fishnets and all that other stuff. They thought the image was bad. They offered him $100 million. Oscar said no. They ran out the contracts of the fighters. And now they're promotional free agent. Oscar got some of his fighters back. As far as Matisse, he got Santa Cruz, but Santa Cruz was bought out because Oscar was trying to put him in with Rigondeaux. Al Haymon bought him out. So, you know how that went. Same story, different toilet, different ish. But, but now it seems like some Al Haymon fighters are starting to get promoters now. And I just, want to speak on it and give my 2 cents on why. I think, perhaps maybe somebody said that Kevin Iole, I haven't looked at the article yet in the comment section, said that, maybe Al Haymon may be selling some of his fighters and selling PBC to Dana White. We know, maybe that's what Dana White is coming into the boxing biz for. But I don't know about that because he straight just dissed Stephen Espinosa and Showtime. Maybe that's just to cover up the deal they might have. And maybe that's a long shot, but maybe, maybe Al Haymon may be getting out the boxing business. Maybe PBC may be going under. That could be a possibility, but we're not gonna go there. Or maybe maybe he just wants his fighters to have. Maybe most of his fighters want promoters now. With a promoter, you get a matchmaker. You get TV fight deals. Some of these guys get better TV fight deals. So I definitely think something is brewing in the pot with PBC and some of their fighters starting to get promoters. I don't think Al Haymon's going to pull out the game completely because Floyd just, said they always going to be a team yesterday on Fight Hype. So maybe, maybe you might see some fighters go over to Mayweather Promotions. Some go to Lou DiBella. That's who Deontay Wilder's with. So, I mean, it's funny now seeing these guys getting a push. As Oscar De La Hoya said, some of these guys like Earl Smith need a promoter. And what better way to kind of, ride that border with Al Haymon by being a manager and advisor and really, monopolize the game by just having promoters that you work with as far as Ringstar Sports, Richard Schaefer, Floyd and Mayweather Promotions, Lou DiBella. And I do think these guys need to start pushing towards being promoted though, and signing promotional deals. Just for the simple fact that it takes something off Al Haymon plate. It kind of rolls off the future lawsuits and the present lawsuits and him being a promoter and a manager and violating the Muhammad Ali Act, which he trusts these promoters because he trusts them to put these shows on for him on PBC. Al Haymon is not promoting these PBC shows. he lets Lou DiBella promote one. He might let Richard Schaefer promote one, and Mayweather promote one, and then AB about Billions may promote one. So now I think he's setting these promoters up. I think it was the plan all the way around, all along. I send these free agent fighters. We had them fight, see what PBC becomes, and now we can push these fighters towards certain promoters and really make PBC a colossal thing. You know what I'm saying? Make it a big thing, and I'm not going to take these shots and these lawsuits and showing up in court, you know, for violating the Muhammad Ali Act. And I think this kind of was the plan, or it was a plan B type of thing. And I think you're going to see a lot more of these fighters signing promotional deals. I don't think Floyd was out there pumping his chest and saying that trying to promote fighters out the blue. You know, a lot of people say, you know, he don't have any prominent fighters, but he built the fighters that we used to trash into, you know, a lot of them is good contenders. You know, you look at Luis Arias, that's with Rock Nation, he's a good contender. Gervonta Tank Davis, he's a good contender. Ishe Smith was always okay. Badou Jack got knocked out by Derek Edwards, came back and became a world champion 2 times. You know, so he got fighters. You know, he getting fighters opportunities. I don't think he was out here glossing and floating and asking and telling those guys as far as Crawford, Spence, and Thurman and Wilder and with the rest of them, they need promoters and they should come over to him. I think it's about to be a massive move in PBC. I think a lot of these fighters are about to sign with promoters. And I think it's something that was premeditated already. I know Al Haymon is getting back into the music tour business. He's supposed to be helping New Edition with a music tour as well. But I see maybe he just wants something off his plate, because with a promoter, Al Haymon doesn't have to be the matchmaker anymore. I think he's matchmaking. I think he'd be like, here's 3 fights, you know, we got these fights on the table, take it or leave it, or show me which fight you want. Now it's cutting him, it's cutting his job down in half. Now the promoters, you know, they got the matchmakers and they handling more of the day-on-day basis. And he might keep a small amount of free agent fighters, but I think eventually Mikey, Thurman, Spence is gonna sign with a promoter. You know, Porter, all these guys gonna sign with promoters. And I think we about to see a big shift in PBC. And I don't know what it means, but I do know Al Haymon is getting back in the tour business. So maybe he needs, maybe he needs to expand, which I don't think is gonna happen. But maybe he can count on these promoters as far as Lou DiBella, Ringstar Sports, Mayweather Promotions, Adrian Broner's promotional company is becoming legit, believe it or not. And whoever else to carry the load now in the day-on-day operations of dealing with these fighters. And he just manage and advise them instead of kind of, you know, playing some promoter roles and some matchmaking roles and all that other stuff. So something to look out for. We gone.